Hello! It's June now, which means I can finish doing those May movie questions. It also means I can change my calendar. Last month had Ghost Rider on it. This month we've got Nova? I don't really need to explain what's going on this time. Every day in May, on the Academy Twitter account, they've been asking questions about movies, and I answered the first 15 last time, and now I'll be answering 16 to 31. So let's get to it. Day 16, what is your favourite holiday movie? Assuming this meant like Christmas movies? No other holidays really have a genre of movie related to them. I suppose my favourite holiday movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's kind of a Halloween movie as well, so that's two holidays in one. There you go. I'm not like a massive Tim Burton fan, but I think this is one of his better movies. I'm a big fan of stop motion animation, which is a large part of why I like this film. It's a cool aesthetic as well. Because it's animation, Tim Burton gets a chance to be very Tim Burton. It works quite well. Day 17, what is your favourite sports movie? So, my favourite sports movie is Rocky, probably. But I already mentioned that when I was talking about my favourite 70s movies. So I'm going to chuck out another sports movie. Cool Runnings. I think that movie works really well. Not just as a sports movie, but just as like an uplifting good time for the whole family. Day 18. Name a movie from the year you were born. So I was born in 1995. Quite a few movies coming out then. A couple I'm going to mention. Seven, and also Toy Story. First feature-length CGI animated movie. Both movies are very good. Day 19. Name a movie you like with a one-word title. So, obviously there's a lot of movies with one-word titles. One of my favourites is Fargo, Coen Brothers movie about Marge Gunderson, the small-town police officer who is heavily pregnant for the whole movie. This movie is just great. It's hilarious in a very Coen Brothers way. I would highly recommend Fargo. Another one-word title, Ghostbusters. I mean, I think it's one word. That's how they write it on the box. I love Ghostbusters. It's hilarious every time. Day 20. Name a movie you like with a person's name in the title. It took me a while to think of movies with people's names in the title, but a movie I like with a person's name in the title, Being John Malkovich. That movie is incredibly weird. I love it because of the weirdness. It's just very strange. And I don't think it would have worked if it was being any other person. It just works because John Malkovich is so up for doing this film. He's got that something special. Day 21. Name your favourite film not in the English language. So I've seen a few foreign films. One of the really obvious ones here, I think, is probably Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro movie. It's just brilliant. Recommend seeking that out if you've not seen it. But here's another one that I kind of stumbled upon by accident. It's a Belgian movie called The Brand New Testament. The basic premise is that God has a second child who comes to Earth because she's going to write her own testament to add to the Bible. It's a really cute movie. Lots of really interesting ideas. It's a good exploration of like just some like strange characters that they kind of throw together. Day 22. Name a movie you think everyone should watch. So I had a bit of a hard time thinking about what I would say a movie is that everyone should watch, but I decided on a couple based purely on the message and tone of the film. Everyone should watch Paddington 1 and 2 because those movies have a great message of acceptance and tolerance behind them, and they're just really sweet, and it's a really fun time, and like timing wise they're very relevant at the moment. If you've not seen the Paddington movies, I really recommend them. Like, they're not what you think they're going to be. They're far better than they have any right to be. I love these movies, they're so good. Day 24. I've just skipped day 23. Day 23! What movie do you quote the most? Okay, so I can't know for sure, but I've got a couple that I think I do quote quite a lot. I think I've already mentioned both of them. So the first one is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I quote that one a lot. Not just the movie, but like the comic books as well, because I read them at like a formative time in my life, and a lot of the quotes have just stuck with me. Plus I've seen the movie so many times. And also, Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. It's just... it's got so many good lines in it. After you've seen that movie a few times, if you ever hear anyone say arson anymore, you can't help but think somebody arsing around. If you've not seen the movie, you've got no idea what I'm on about. Day 25. What is your favourite musical? So, I've not seen a lot of like the really big musicals. At least not in full and not for a long time. I don't know if Mary Poppins counts as a musical, but I really love that movie. But I feel that's a musical in like the Disney sense of musical, where it's just a story that kind of has a few songs chucked in there to like break it up and move the story forward a bit. I unironically love the High School Musical films. I think I watched them at maybe just the right time in my life. They kind of balance the cheese and the seriousness spot on for what they are. They're incredibly stupid and I love them for it. If you're having your friends over, whack on a High School Musical marathon, because why not? Day 26. Name a movie that makes you want to fall in love. This might like defy the overall message of the movie, but like the first half of La La Land with all the songs and dance numbers, like I guess that counts as a musical as well. I could have chucked that in the last category, but like I don't know, like when they're dancing on that hilltop and like with all the city lights behind them, that's really good. I like dancing in the I can't remember the word for it. Astronomy place. Oh, observatory. Oh my god, I was trying to like make a word up with astronomy in it. The scene where they dance in the observatory is really good. Oh my god. Let's just move on to the next one. I can't believe I forgot that for so long. Day 27, what's your favourite spy movie? So like thinking about it, I've not seen loads of spy movies, but I think of the James Bond films, Skyfall is really good. It's not just a good spy movie, it's like just a great action movie in general. And of the James Bond movies, it's like, for me at least, it's way above any of the other ones. Also, I think the last couple of Mission Impossibles have been really good. They've just got some like really interesting action set pieces that some of these other like big budget action movies just don't have. Number 28, name a movie that reminds you of summertime. So I couldn't really think of any movies that reminded me that much of summertime. I could just think of movies that take place at summertime. So Jaws is a summertime movie. Like the beach stuff reminds me of summer, but when they're on the boat doesn't. As I mentioned before, High School Musical 2, that's all about summer. The first song of the movie is What Time Is It? It's Summertime. But also, one of the first ones I came up with, like when thinking about summertime, was The Florida Project, which came out last year / earlier this year, depending on where in the world you are. It was a very summery movie. Day 29, name your favourite movie from your childhood. Growing up, I had quite a few like VHS tapes. Some of my favourite ones were X-Men 1 and 2 and Spider-Man 1 and 2. I had those VHSs and I watched them a lot. But I would say when I was maybe like 8 or 9, a movie that I think I watched like every morning for like a whole week or 2 or 3 in summer was Bionicle, the Mask of Light. If you don't know, Bionicles were like a range that Lego did for a bit. they kind of used like the Technic pieces rather than standard Lego pieces. They were like these little dudes. You could get, I've got them all somewhere. I think in this box here, which my TV is now on, I think I've got a whole load of Bionicles and other Lego things. But anyway, they made a movie tie-in of it. This was way before the Lego movie. This was 2003. I watched that movie an awful lot. And I went back and watched it. And honestly, it's not as bad as some of the films I could have been watching, probably. Like, it's definitely not good. But for like a direct-to-video product tie-in movie, it's not terrible. Day 30. What is your favourite superhero movie? So not too long ago, I did a video where I ranked the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and I said my favourite was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I watched the movie again since then, and yeah, I still love that film. But I'm going to mention a few of the other non-MCU movies. So I think Logan, that came out last year, was brilliant. It's harder to watch a lot of times because it's very sad and very visceral. There's some gross stuff in it. X-Men 2, Spider-Man 2, both of those are really good. I love an awful lot of superhero movies. It might be because when I was growing up, I just got really into the superhero stuff. I would watch X-Men and then Spider-Man, and I would play the Spider-Man PS1 game and Spider-Man 2 on PS2 an awful lot. This might be a long shot, but did any of you ever play X-Men Legends on PS2? Like 4-player co-op button mash fest. I used to love that game. So yeah, I grew up with a lot of superhero media, and that's led to me enjoying an awful lot of superhero films. And finally, day 31. Name your favourite Best Picture winner. So I've not seen like every Best Picture winner ever. I've seen a few of them, mainly the more recent ones. I like Moonlight a lot. That movie's really good at showing like snapshots of a life completely separate from my own. Like, this is something I would never experience, and it does a really good job of showing that. I also really like Silence of the Lambs. I think that movie is really good. But my favourite Best Picture winner is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I'm a big nerd. I love all the Lord of the Rings movies. My favourite's probably the first one, but Return of the King's like a close second. They're all really close. I love them all. It's got some great moments. Aragorn's speech in front of the Black Gates, and Theoden's speech when he's like arousing all the riders of Rohan. When Eowyn pulls her helmet off and she's like, I am no man. Ah! Oh, it's just the best. I love the first Lord of the Rings the most as like its own movie. Return of the King has just so many of the highest moments in that series. Oh, it gets me so pumped up just thinking about it. So that's it. That's all 31 days of the May movie badness. If you didn't watch the first half of the month, I'll put a link to it. Like, they come up in the top corner now, I think. So I'll put it here, and you can go watch that. Let me know some of your answers. I mean, you don't have to answer all 31 questions. Like, you can pick and choose. I'll allow it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time when I do a video on something else. What a garbage ending. Bye. Oh, I was gonna sneeze, but I've not sneezed yet. We're good. It's all good.